Good morning, everyone. It's 10 a.m. I'd like to welcome everybody to the December 7th, 2020 Commission meeting of the Limestone County Commission and call it to order. Ellen, under public comment, we have Miss Jennifer Baxter. If you want to come right up here at the microphone and speak to us.
Good morning. I'm Martha Griggs, and I just wanted to introduce Jennifer Baxter. She is our new public librarian. She began her career in 2010 as a library assistant, moving on to serve as the Chief Executive Officer of Hancock County Library. Prior to joining the Athens Limestone Public Library, she was Communications Director for Hancock Port and Harbor Commission. She has a BA in Journalism from the University of Mississippi, a Master's of Library and Information Science from the University of Southern Mississippi, and a MPA, Master's of Public Administration from Arkansas State. So she comes to us very highly qualified. She's only been here, like a week?
This is day 5.
Yeah, and we are all blown away by her work ethic and her dedication to our community. So,
Thank you.
I
Also, like long walks on the beach.
Well, we got a river. We ain't got a beach.
And you know what? I'll be a river girl now.
All right.
It's nice to meet y'all, and I plan on hopefully at some point having some face-to-face conversations with y'all soon. Thanks.
All right, thank you. And I want to personally thank Ms. Griggs and everybody on the committee. I hate to name everybody because I'd be to miss somebody they have sought after really hard. I think we got a great candidate here and a good asset to the county. Thank y'all. All righty. Ella, would you please call the roll, please?
Yes, Commissioner Samet,
Here.
Commissioner Barksdale,
Here.
Commissioner Black,
Here.
Commissioner Townsend.
Here.
Commissioner. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Jeff. I guess everybody is present. We'll start out with Commissioner Barksdale. You want to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I will. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. All righty. Okay, first thing on the agenda, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from November the 11th and the 16th of 2020. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with the minutes? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale,
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend,
Oh. Aye.
Commissioner Samet.
Aye.
All righty. Motion carries unanimously. Second on the agenda, I'll ask for a motion to approve claims in the amount of $2,495,035.87. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Samet. Any with a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Samet,
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend,
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale,
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Do we have any conflicts of interest with anything coming in front of the commission today? All right. Everybody's silent, so I'll take that as a no. We have no resolutions and orders. Under contracts, agreements, and grants, I'll ask for a motion to accept the fiscal year 2020 State Homeland Security Grant in the amount of $18,942. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with it? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale,
Aye.
Commissioner Samet,
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no budget revisions, no emergency purchases, no board appointments, no award of bids. Under personnel action, I'll ask for a motion to approve family medical leave of absence for Ben Pepper. Request will begin on the 20th of January of 2021 and end on March the 3rd of 2021. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Samet. Do I have a second?
Second.
I got a second, so I'll go with Commissioner Black. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Samet,
Aye.
Commissioner Black,
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale,
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve to hire Melina Salgado Flores as an administrative clerk at the License Commission. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Samet. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Third on the agenda, I'll ask for a motion to approve to hire Andrew Ryan Mahalik and Corey Devon Ayers as a corrections officer pending a drug screening. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next on the agenda, under merit increases, I'll ask for a motion to approve the merit increases listed below. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with anybody on there? With no discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. At this point, I'll turn it over to our engineer, Mr. Massey, for our engineer's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a few subdivisions for your consideration today. Legacy Grove Addition 11, this is a major subdivision, so this one is for final approval. It will create 46 lots in District 2, east side of Mooresville Road. We have Duncan subdivision. This is a minor subdivision, so it'll be for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 4, north side of New Cut Road. We have Penley subdivision. This is a minor preliminary, so it'll be for preliminary and final, creating 1 additional lot in District 4, 1/4 mile north of Quinn Road on the west side of Zaner Road. Hayes subdivision, this is a minor, so it'll be preliminary and final, creating 1 lot in District 1, south side of Shipley Hollow Road, approximately 200 feet east of Holland Gin Road. And then we have Tanner Estates. This is a replat of Lot 1 and Lot 8. This is a minor preliminary and final affecting 2 lots in District 3. This is 400 feet south of the intersection of Stewart Road and George Washington Street. And then we have The Point. This is a replat of lots 29 through 32. This is a minor preliminary and final affecting 4 lots in District 3. This is on Marina Drive across from Peninsula Drive. And that's all that I have for your consideration today.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the 6 subdivisions that's submitted by Mr. Massey?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with any of them?
Mr. Chairman, Mark, you got any idea what the running total on how many lots we've approved this year?
I can't remember. The last count we had was right around 1,000 this year.
Really?
So, yeah,
Okay.
there's been quite a bit of additional homes and lots.
Yeah. Okay. It's just curious, Mr. Chairman.
I can get that for you, but I can't. We haven't recounted in about 2 months.
We got one more meeting this year, so
Yeah.
this calendar year, so.
But I can get it for you. We
Okay.
do have some. I think the next meeting we do have some major subdivisions that will come online too. So there'll be some large numbers of lots added in the next
Okay.
subdivision.
I was just curious.
55 new 911 addresses here, Brandon. Yes, sir. 55 lots today. I mean, it'll take long to add up big numbers, does it?
Yeah.
All right, we've been to motion, been to second. Any more discussion? No more discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Under other business, I'll ask to approve the following inventory changes, which will be from District 2 to District 4 will be a Dodge pickup. District 4, the council and agent will be a Hyundai car. And from Parks and Rec to District 4 will be a Dodge pickup there. So do I have a motion to approve these transfers?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Commissioner Townsend, got a second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion with any of these items?
I had one. When we transfer equipment like this right here, we usually take over, or you have to pay the other back. Like Parks and Rec, the lady that works with Parks and Rec, and one of the board members called and asked me that, like, if it goes from Parks and Rec to District 4, or it goes from District 2 to District 4, I think this is actually wrong. Parks and Rec District.
Should be the District 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be District 2. That is wrong.
Yep.
But do we put the money back into Parks and Rec for what the cost of that truck was?
Well, what we talked about the other day was, this discussion we'll have here right quick, we had talked that, we hadn't, that was Mike Naves.
Yeah.
Personally, and we hadn't decided what we're gonna do with that position, so what we would do is when we decide what we're gonna do with that position, we will address that at that time. This was just because, coming in, new commissioners, swapping around vehicles to drive, and that was what we.
Well, I know when I buy a vehicle, it comes out of District 3's account.
Yeah,
So if I went and got one from the sheriff's department, and the sheriff's department paid $30,000 for a vehicle, and then they give it to District 3, well, I've kind of circumnavigated I didn't have to pay for a truck, but it came out of the sheriff's department's funds. So I just wanted to make sure that Parks and Rec, which we're kind of strapped sometimes anyway, that wherever it comes from, if I get a car or a tractor from Parks and Rec, I'm supposed to pay back whatever the value is to Parks and Rec. And if he gets one from District 4 or he gets one from me, we have separate money, so that money really needs to, I don't know, I'm just curious about it, because that Honda Elantra, I don't know what it's worth, but District 4 had to pay for it, and we're giving it to Council on Aging, so Council on Aging really ought to, whatever the value is, put that money back in District 4's account.
well, what we had kind of decided with this is when we decided what we would do with the Parks and Rec, giving Commissioner Townsend and Commissioner Barksdale time to get their budgets and all that
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
Neither one of them really had the money to put into it right at the moment, so we decided we would when that would cross that bridge, we'd put that back when it come to that time. So that was kind of
That's good.
That's the agreement that we put in,
That's just a question that I have, because if I get a dump truck from somebody else, I need to put that money back into District 2 if I get it from District 2, and that's just thinking out loud, because I know that
well, we were
everybody's
trying to
gonna
figure out
scrap for money.
we was trying to figure out a value to what the values of them was.
Yeah.
And like I said, what we'll do is of course, naturally, District 2 and we'll kind of swap it all around, but it'll, we figure out a budget revision in there, we will get that revised.
That'll work.
down.
Thank
That's
you.
what we just kind of wanted to wait till we decided what we was
Thinking
going
out
to do.
loud, because I
Oh, yeah,
probably
yeah,
didn't
thank you.
discuss it without, all of us being together, so.
Oh, yeah, like I said, that was kind of the anticipation that we had when we done it, was that we would settle it whenever we decided what we was going to do with the Parks and Rec's director's job.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the discussion. Any more discussion with any of these items? No more discussion. I'll call for the vote on these items. And thank you. And let the minutes be recorded that we had a motion.
We didn't have
Okay.
a motion or second.
Got ahead of myself. But one thing we do need to talk about here is make sure that minutes reflect that is District 2 on that.
Yes, Park and Rec goes to
Yeah,
District 2.
Parks and Rec go District 2. All right. I thought I had a motion there.
I thought you did, Zach.
You did, I had a
He's
second.
he's
I had-
motion, he's
I made a
seconded.
motion.
Okay,
Yeah, I had it on my piece of paper. We're in the voting section now.
okay.
We done discussed all we're gonna discuss. Now we're calling for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Motion carries unanimously. And under other business, we added on the agenda to close all county offices on New Year's Eve day. So I'll ask for a motion to approve to close on New Year's Eve day.
I make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Samet. Any discussion with this? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Samet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale? Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no scheduled public hearings. This time, report of officers. Commissioner Samet.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess about all I've got is still the Black Road shut down thanks to the state. Raising the interstate bridge again, still raising it, I guess. But I talked to them Friday. They were working on the shoulders. They get their shoulders built and get the guardrails up. Hopefully they'll get that thing opened up. But that 2-week job turned into going on 3 months now. But I'm sorry it's been an inconvenience from folks, I'm sure from Lauderdale County even come through there, going to Highway 53 to stay off Highway 72. But anyway, hopefully they'll get that thing opened up for Christmas. But that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Samet. Commissioner Barksdale?
I don't have any.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Barksdale. Commissioner Black?
Yeah, and in our work session, I think we need to discuss that while we're all in here. I like this that you got from Steve Haraway, because it explains everything. If y'all weren't here or you weren't watching, it's about the garbage pickup. We discussed what it would cost to do garbage pickup for each resident, how much City Huntsville, City of Madison County does and all that. I think that'd be something good that we discuss with engineering and all of us together again when we have an opportunity to talk about everything, because y'all are right. We got mattresses, we got couches that get dumped all the time. But at the end of the day, if we end up having to pick up old televisions and mattresses and furniture and all that, it may be more of a headache than that $3 worth that we would charge. The other thing that we had here, we had, you sit down that you had advisory committee meetings. I like the District 2 page, because you do, I don't have a District 3 page, mainly because I probably wouldn't have time to update it and keep up with it, but that's good that you have that. One of the things y'all talked about was impact fees, local governments, like moving in, houses coming in and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if we can do that. I don't know if we can impose the impact fee. I don't know if that would have to go through the state.
I think it would.
And, but an impact fee is really, at the end of the day, just another tax. And I don't really, just my personal opinion, I'm not for raising any taxes or putting any taxes on there, but that's essentially what that is. And, so I wouldn't have any support for putting another tax on the citizens of Limestone County, because if, I don't know how we would enforce it. If we have someone that buys a lot or an acre and puts a house trailer on it, we're gonna have to charge them that exact same fee that we would charge whatever company that puts in 50. So I don't know, sometimes it might be all right to charge a certain subdivision. If they're putting in 50 homes, that's going to put an impact on it. But at the end of the day, if we're charging people to build a house, one house, or we're charging somebody to build 50 houses in the subdivision, it affects some people a little bit worse or a little bit more than it does others. So I think that's something that we would need to discuss and really talk about before we ever brought that to the attention of our delegates from the state.
I agree, and I think it would be, I'm like you, like if somebody buys an acre of land and wants to build a house, I wouldn't want it to apply to them.
Well, see, it would have to, because that would be, we'd be picking and choosing who we were gonna charge the tax and who we wouldn't charge the tax.
I think you can, help me here, Mark, you can
I don't
design
know.
that
See,
where.
that's the thing. I don't know, when you and
How
I
that would
talk,
work.
I don't know exactly how that works.
Right.
I mean, I know how we did our subdivision regulations to where, depending on, we put some limits on some things to where you could be exempt from our subdivision regulations. I don't know if we have any flexibility to where we can do that, to where if you're exempt from the subdivision regulation, then you're exempt from paying the fee. I mean, that's what I don't know. I think that's the kind of things that need to be definitely discussed, because I think everybody's kind of in the same agreement.
Yeah.
Is if you have to charge everybody whatever amount that is, then we're going to be hurting a whole lot of people. But I don't think anybody wants to do that. I think that there has to be some very serious conversations of how do you make it work for Limestone County if it's possible to do that.
Right. And with local government, state government, federal government, if you say a fee, we're gonna charge you an impact fee, you just rename it a tax, and that would be, I wouldn't, in the statement here, it says that what I do think is unfair is to ask long-time Limestone County citizens to front the cost of services for new development in return for a future stream of tax. So it's a fee, but it's also called a tax, and that's something I said when I got elected the first time, that I would not be for putting any taxes on Limestone County. You may have to go up on your garbage or whatever because of the fees at the dumping station, but that's just something that gets passed along. Something that we would implement is something that I don't think anybody in Limestone County should have to take. So that's just my spin on it.
Well, I disagree that it's a tax. To me, a tax applies to everybody. To me, the impact fee is kind of like your garbage, it's a garbage fee. A tax applies to everybody in the county. To me, this puts the cost on the people that are creating the cost. And that's the way I look at it, kind of.
But you put down here, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to make sure that I had this right. You put down here that it's a future stream of tax.
No, I'm talking about that's what
You
we're
said, why
getting
support
in
impact
return.
fees on developments,
for
and then you
those.
say a future stream of tax. I mean, a
That-
fee is a tax.
That's what we're getting, the fee from the future. The current citizens are fronting the cost for that development. All we're
Well, not
getting
if the
out of
people are
that is a different.
buying the property and paying for the property.
Well,
or the developers.
I think he's discussing is like the impact on infrastructure, because the cost to go in and upgrade a road because of the extra traffic that's created.
Are we gonna charge the people that already live on that road that's been using
But
that road?
that's
the
what we're
extra fee?
saying. That's what we're saying is what he's talking about as a tax would be, everybody would be paying for that increased amount. A fee because a developer built a 150 lot subdivision would be the reason that you even have to upgrade that road is because of that new 150 lots. And so, should the guy that lived there for 40 years have to increase his taxes when that road served him just fine for the last 40 years?
Yeah.
But now you're sitting in traffic to try to even get out of your driveway because people are backed up at the four-way stop down there, and
Yeah.
we need to increase that intersection, maybe $500,000 to increase an intersection, and it didn't need to be done until
So it
everybody
wouldn't
moved
be a
in.
current fee, it would be a new fee, so it wouldn't be a current tax, it'd be a new tax.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's what I'm saying. But that's. I mean, like I said, I think that's the discussion that has to take place.
I think we can just discuss it later. Look around, I don't read over
That's,
this.
yeah,
but
that's what I didn't know, but I knew that we didn't need to talk about this aside from each other. 'Cause
No,
we're not
yeah.
supposed to do that, so I wanted to get it out in the open today in a public meeting, and that way we can
Discuss
put
it
it on
more.
the agenda next time and maybe have more input to it, because
I
I mean,
think- I
it,
think
the
we-
idea is out there from other counties and other municipalities too, but
But I
don't
think we
agree
need
with
to
them either.
know more about it.
Yeah, that'll work. Thank you, sir. And
Anything
that's
else?
it, that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Black. Commissioner Townsend?
Just gonna let everybody know, we got the tiles replaced on Bailey Road and Blakely Road. A couple of those was in bad shape. We'll be back to pave over those once they settle, and there'll be some potholes probably create, but we'll be back to put some gravel in them to, so try to get the traveling surface as smooth as we can until we can pave over them. And we're also fixing to start on Chapman Hollow, I think, with some drainage. They're getting some sizes. And we're going to start doing some driveway pipes and some cross drains down there, so, people just be looking out for us on Chapman Hollow. And we are on Easter Ferry, the little section there in the curve, we're going to take out some trees. I think they're supposed to start on that mark maybe after the first of the year.
We've got a meeting tomorrow, so we'll be able to nail
Okay.
that down. But yeah, it'll probably be soon after the first of the year.
So, we're going to be taking the trees down and getting ready for that project to get wound up. And then I think on New Cut, the paint crews are supposed to be coming back to paint the edges and redo the center lines. And I had some questions about that, but they're going to be coming back to do that here in the near future. So with that, that's all I got, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Townsend. First of all, I want to start out by thanking Michelle for working with the Christmas parade, and plus, John David Crow and Jerome and Tiffany Malone for live streaming. Michelle brought that to my attention. I think that was a great advance. She comes up with some great ideas, and I think that was a great asset for the county, the people that couldn't come out. And Blake was head of the committee, and hey, I want to thank Blake personally too. It was a group effort there, but I want to thank everybody that was involved in the Christmas parade, the success of the Christmas tree lighting. The fellow commissioners came out, and we all got wet, but we all got the Christmas tree lit, and thank everybody for coming out for that. Right now we're doing a little transition on staff. Ellen's our new administrator. She's doing a great job so far, and like I said, we've got a new lady at the office. Everybody has kind of made their move on when Pam's leaving out, but I want to thank all the staff for all they do. And next thing I want to thank publicly, I want to thank Terry Acuff. He helped us with a grant out on Chapman Hollow Road. We got a grant out there. We was awarded a grant, and that's unusual for a county to get a grant on a road situation. Terry Acuff came to me and asked me about that grant, and me and him worked on it together, and he was, like I said, I want to publicly thank Terry Acuff for helping us with that grant. It's a much needed area out there. And so all that being said, we will adjourn until 9 a.m. on Monday, December the 21st of 2020 at the Clinton Street Courthouse Annex, 100 South Clinton Street, Athens, Alabama. Thank everybody for attending today. Everybody have a safe holiday season.